Rekam, jongkok.
Jongkok! Jangan lari!
Jongkok.
Jongkok, Bu!
Ini dah, boy. Boy, ni.
Ayo, boy, kita ke atas, boy. Kalian leo.
Anak ni boy. Kurai anu mak boy galas
Apa, boy?
Boy
Ini.
I'm sitting on the Deborah. This is Surf Aid's second boat that we're sending out to the Mentawai Islands, 150 kilometres west of here. It has emergency building kits on board and emergency shelter kits. It's 6 days after the first earthquake, and the next one happened about 14 hours later, so nearly a week ago now. And we've had staff in the field that whole week giving us reports of what's happened. There's 70,000 people in the Mentawai, and they're in a very, very bad way. A lot of their houses were destroyed, at least 60%. In some villages, total destruction. There's some villages we got into the other day, 2,500 people were living up on the hill. It's been raining. They've got palm leaf shelters made out of cardboard, palm leaf and plastic. So we have tarpaulins, we've got mats, and we've also got building kits so they can rebuild their houses. That village that got demolished the other day, they said they'll never rebuild there. They're going to build further up the hill, which is probably a good idea because people are predicting another big earthquake for this area and possibly a tsunami. And we've already had a tsunami from those earthquakes. It was about 1.5 metres. The reefs have lifted up there, and we've had information from the experts that the islands moved southwest. One of the islands where they have monitoring stations moved 1.2 metres southwest, and the second earthquake moved 1.7. So if you can imagine the force of that, one of the Australian experts has said the 8.4 initial earthquake was the equivalent of 800,000 atomic bombs.
I'm Dr. Ali. I'm a medical doctor for Surf Aid. Here we just arrived in Malakopa village, where 90% of the houses were destroyed. Most of the villagers are living in the uphill in the shelters. We are here to provide them with the building kits and hygiene kit. Also, we provide medical services so they can go on with their lives.
Me and Mark were watching a boogie board movie one day, and we watched some like a wave, and I said, that looks like Sydney coloured water, you know, it looks like it's close around. And then we kept talking about it, and then we seen some photos of it in Boogie Board magazine. And then Mark's like, I know where it is.
Me and Rich actually went there, we were the first ones to go around, and it was pumping. We watched it from the rocks, just going, like we were just going to each other, do you reckon it's surfable? Do you reckon, like, you know, we're going to go straight up on the rocks if we fall?
We found out where it was, and then, you know, we just made sure that the next swell we were going to be there for it, and we did, and that was it. We, you know, sort of been there every swell since.
We didn't have a name for it, so we said, let's call it ours, because it's ours.
In that area, the bodyboarders, all the good waves is kind of just smothered by bodyboarders.
Shark Island can be theirs, and ours can be ours.
It's probably one of the most dangerous waves I've ever surfed.
If you fall off, you're going to eat it.
Ours is a really heavy wave, but I mean, no one's been really hurt out there yet. As hurt as people should have been, but I'm sure it's going to come soon. I mean, I've seen a couple of waves go through that were thrown out wider than they were high, so I mean, I don't know how to measure that, but it was definitely the biggest day I've ever seen out there by a long shot.
that day was pretty, it was pretty unbelievable that it was hitting and holding at that size. So yeah, it was the biggest barrels I've had out there for sure.
Chaos is back in business.
It's just a real big, thick, heavy right hander that breaks right on the rocks.
It's him, sir.
What do we think? Activate the door. I put the fate of our nation in your capable hands. Chaos is preparing to broadcast on our restricted network. Let's get out of here. You don't have to worry about that. Remember, Chaos will do everything in its power to try to stop you.
What was his name?
Chaos. Run a check. Who is the double agent?
It's about as dangerous as you can get.
Now, how did Chaos find out about it? I'm just glad it's over.
It's not over, Doctor.
Now, how did Chaos find out about it? I'm just glad it's over.
picked up a camera about 10 years ago, and because I remember when I was younger, like when I was around like 16, 17, I'd always watch all the old Billabong Pump and all that sort of, all those kind of surf movies, and be so inspired by all the water shots, and used to just tell myself that, you know, that's what I want to do. Shooting from the water, you've always got to be really cautious about what's going on around you, because as the saying goes, you never turn your back on the ocean. It's especially true, you know, if you're out there shooting, surfing from the water, there's all different variables, and you know, if you're not paying attention the whole time, you can get yourself in pretty dangerous situations. I'd have to say Hawaii is probably my favourite place to shoot of all the places I've travelled to, because Pipe and Backdoor are two of the heaviest, most dramatic waves that I've ever shot at. And all the best surfers from all around the world all seem to come into that one little place. It's like a 100-metre vicinity, and all the action's right there. It was always an interest of mine to shoot heavy kind of waves and watch people pushing themselves and pushing myself to shoot from the water and get right in the zone where the power is. Best thing about my job, I'd have to say, is getting to shoot with the, in my opinion, the world's best surfers. Guys like Dane Reynolds, Julian Wilson, Ry Craig, Clay Marzo, and of course Kelly Slater. They all kind of feed off each other. It's like, I'm sure when they're at home surfing, they're surfing good, but when all these guys come together for like these Young Guns trips, it makes them all strive to go for another level.
I was born in Quarramup. It's 10 minutes outside Margaret River, 3 hours south of Perth, Western Australia. And there's a lot of cows there. I was born in the bathroom in Quarramup. It was a home birth, obviously. It's a pretty good spot to grow up in because there's a lot to do when you're a kid, but you kind of grow out of that stage where you're eating bugs and running around the bush and finding fun stuff to do. I totally always wanted to be a surfer growing up because I didn't know anything else, and I was around the beach so much, so I kind of just, that's what I wanted to do, just keep going on that goal.
Is this time consuming or am I insecure? Take this chance.
The whole family would just revolve around the ocean, and my mum, she would go fish, Dad would go surf at the beach, and us kids would just be stuck on the beach going, oh, what do we do? So my brother got into it. He threw me into the shore break and I got smashed in the shore break. When I was 18, Pro Junior came around to West Oz and I won that, and it was in really good ways. That's pretty much when alarm bells went off in my head that I could beat these guys and keep on doing what I'm doing. As a surfer, you can't get any better than paddling out with your friends and seeing perfect waves roping around the corner. It's not about winning contests, I don't think, for me. Not at all, actually. I just want to have fun with my friends surfing. It's the main thing in life for me.
I want to go on a trip through the islands.
This is
Yeah, give me that. I can see him.
We got a lunker. We have a lunker.
There's a handful of guys that are really making waves and doing cool stuff. There's about 10 people that are in the top 10 CT every year, and they're the best surfers in the world, for sure. If they're down the beach, I'd be wanting to go surf next to them and push myself next to them. I don't know what I'm doing for surfing. Hopefully I'm getting some kids underneath me fired up. That's mainly what I would want out of my surfing, is for someone to look at me and go, I want to do something better than him coming up next. Because that's what I look at with the older guys like Taj and Joel and Bruce and that. I see them doing crazy stuff and I'm like, I want to get to that level and then start doing new stuff. But I hope that's what kids below me want to think of.
We received messages from their spaceships. For a while, it came in as just a lot of jumbled noise.
Surfing bring me everywhere, you know.
Yeah. This is the ground level. The ground level. This is the ground level. The ground level. KRS-One, a Chris Parker, street philosopher, hip hopper, all on top of ya. Beat knocker, not a copper or a robber, but I'll shock you. Hip hopper, stepfather. I take my rep a little farther over yonder. Shout out to El Nana. On the streets, in the streets, I'm heat. Lyrically, I'm the caller, you're the responder.
For me, it's I keep it low, you know. I don't like to, you know, call myself I'm the man or the shit, you know. Just keep it low. Or I have friends with everybody, you know, from people on the street, people like the high top class people. I just like, you know, just be myself.
Hey yo, we killing with the cutback, willing to do just that. Girls get the cack whack, rappers get the nutsack. Never stopping, wilderness is only popping, got it locked down as we rock round your block.
Hey yo, we rocking with your good, stomping through your block into your hood. Not that you would knock us if you could. One thing straight and one name clear. The wilderness is here. Take a left down loose lane, pack a bag, max the volume.
Called up AP and I knew the box was going to be pumping, and I've never really gotten to see him surf that many like heavy reefs or anything like that. But he jumped straight on it. He couldn't wait. Surfing with guys like Rich and Ev to stand out like amongst those guys, like they're some of the biggest chargers in the world. It was pretty sick.
So my life for a dream became a has-been.
AP had to head off to California to see his girl, and had this massive swell just like popped up down in Esperance. We got down to Esperance the night before the swell, and our ab diver mate was telling us about this new crazy wave, like pretty close to Cyclops. We pulled up alongside of it and saw a couple of huge barrels, and I just wanted to kind of look at it and see what the wave was doing before I went out there. But Rich, being the madman that he is, just waxed up his board, jumped straight out there without like any second guessing, and got whipped straight into one. And like as he was going down the face, we realised that it wasn't 10 foot, it was like at least 15, maybe 20 foot.
Hit the bottom on that one.
Yeah. Lost the fin,
What? we all kind of had it in the back of our minds that Cyclops would be working.
Like that.
We just knew if we went there and there were waves that we were going to be out there no matter what. I just made the decision this time I want to get a good one, you know, get a crazy one and see how deep you can really go on the wave.
As soon as I let go, the reef just went, whoa, I said, oh no, what have I done?
There was just too much water like drawing off the rocks. I was so lucky that when I fell back that the foam ball inside the tube was actually coming out of the barrel and it cushioned my fall. And I was kind of feeling pretty invincible after that. And then this huge thing just like rose up off the horizon and I just remember like as I was doing it, I just had this quickest flash that if you fall here, this is it, you know, you're dead for sure. I pretty much had my eyes shut as I went off the ledge and I landed and my board just like caught in perfectly. I looked up and just the biggest barrel, like one of the biggest barrels I've ever seen, just rolled over me. And once I was in there, I just knew, like, you know, you've made it, the hard bit's over, and I was just that stoked. As I was getting spat out on the shoulder, I was just full on relieved. It was one of the best feelings I've had in surfing for sure.
That was sick. Yeah! If you're going to grow up anywhere as a surfer, you might as well grow up here in Australia. It's got a bit of coastline. It's got quite a lot actually. Pretty indicative contest of what was going down at the time. You know, those contests were all about, you know, filling the beach up. It was live internet webcast. We're about 25 years away at that stage, so yeah, they had to get the actual crew down there to watch it. Must have been a weird scene. It's still definitely the, you know, the way they still talk about it down there in Victoria. I've been to Bells like about 50 times. I've never seen it above 8 foot. So I don't know what it'd be like driving over that hill, turn up one day and it's 15 foot and offshore.
It's so very new. Never been before. I don't know what to do. Bright, it covered all the blue. I thought I saw it all, but I don't like the view. I don't wanna ask 'cause I know it's something I don't wanna hear, but it just won't go away. Hiding in the dark, it can keep it from me. Paralyzed with fear, only time can say. Will I get over you when all the lights are gone? We didn't see it through. I said, hey, what's come over you? Everything went wrong. I wasn't alone with you.
Best thing about it was that it was, you know, the first man-on-man contest. That up till then had been like, they used to hold 6 and 8 man heats. It used to just be, you know, it was like war at sea. But this was more like boxing. You know, it added a personal element to it, and you ended up with all these weird and intriguing kind of matchups. We were watching the footage the other day at work, and I have not laughed that hard in a 1,000 years. And I saw Tom Carroll just absolutely barbecue his brother, just shamelessly. It was like 6 foot apart, and Nick was just had this perfect setup, and here's Tommy just fade, 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 fade. That Bell's 86 semi, I think it was in Billabong Surf in the summer, came out the following year I think, and we just watched that as kids and just frothed. It was like watching, you know, something from another planet, watching those two surf.
Bring it on. Friday afternoon and I'm up and gone. Sayonara, concrete days. Wop, wop, do wop, heading up the coast highway. We're shutting down, heading out of town. In the sacred sound, not a soul around, and it's just made for us.
He is just a freak out there. It's a tough wave to surf. It's not an easy wave to surf. It's got weird sections, and but he just, yeah, he and Bells are just, they got something weird going on. It's too easy for him.
Morning light, leaving it all behind, getting my mind right, kicking back, just getting free, driving down the road to endless possibility. We're shutting down.
This is the first day of my life. I gotta find a new place to hide. I'm making new history with one new step. That's all I need. Go run this time. I'm going in head first. Do you see me running head first? To define my way. Burn fire, fire. Soul reach the sky. Everlasting, ever changing. Leave it alone, you're at it again. What if I don't how and when? You're caught in my mystery. Don't hold your breath, it's hard to see. Go run this time. I'm going in head first. Do you see me running head first? To define my way. Burn fire, fire. Soul reach the sky. Everlasting, ever changing. Life dreaming.
Don't think we're even close to tapping into like the complete surf potential of Australia. There's waves everywhere.
down the barrel of normality.
Timmy Curran is a world-class professional surfer who has competed at the highest level. Although Timmy has another talent that he pursues with a lot of passion, and until now, only a few people knew about it. He's also a great musician who in a very short time has gone from playing in his bathroom to supporting the Foo Fighters at one of the most famous musical landmarks in the world, the Sydney Opera House. How did this happen? Find out with us as we go behind the scenes on Short Stories.
I think I surfed against Timmy Curran when he was about 15 or 16 in Ventura. I grew up at a beach called Silver Strand, and it's an hour north of LA, and it's one of the best probably beach breaks in California. It's a mile long with 2 jetties at both ends, and there's just like a amazing variety of waves there, and I'm very thankful to be able to grow up there because it's good waves and not too crowded. I really met him and hung out with him a couple years later. We got to surf together, and then obviously he made the tour, and we traveled a bit on tour together, and so it's cool. We've known each other for a long time and surfed some fun waves and traveled quite a bit. Well, I think from the outside looking in at the surf tour, it's like the dream tour. Obviously, you go 12 months out of the year to the best surf spots in the world and surf out there with 4 guys, you know. And but what a lot of people don't see, it's just it's a part of the competitive aspect of life is, you know, for all the other guys, unless you're not in the top 5 or 10, you're constantly traveling around to all these amazing spots, but you're losing, you know, because unless you're Kelly, Andy, or Mick, or Joel, or those guys, you're not winning. And so it's kind of, it's hard being a competitive person. You travel, you want to do well, and that's like all you focus on for that 2 weeks of time, and you're losing most of the time, you know. So it's like it's this emotional roller coaster. I know life is, but competing is really it's really hard if you're not doing well, and but then you can't complain because it's like what I chose to do, and it's given me so much. I have been able to travel to all the most amazing spots and find places throughout the world that I would love to live, you know. Since I grew up at a beach break, it's, you know, a lot of times it's windy and blown out and looks bad, but I think in the worst of conditions are, you know, where you could find such amazing moments. You know, a lot of times when it's windy and onshore and waist to chest high, it looks terrible to everybody else, but that, like, sometimes that's the best time to go out and practice aerials because the wind is blowing towards the beach, so it makes it a lot easier for your board to stick to your feet. And so majority of the time it's always good just to jump out there and surf. It's all about just having fun, and I have the most fun trying weird stuff. So talented, you know. He loves it, and he's so passionate about it. I think being a surfer and doing it for a living, it's just being a part of the ocean and like being able to travel to all the different sides of the planet have been just amazing, and there's something it's kind of hard to describe. You know, if I have a lot on my mind or I seem a little frustrated or whatever, if I just go and jump in the ocean, and if it's longboarding or shortboarding or whatever, when I get out, I feel like a lot more at peace. There's just something about being in the ocean, and it's like baptizes you, you know. It's like just jump in the water and I don't know, it revives you. He'll be the last guy out of the water every day. He's just so psyched, and you see him when he's playing music. It's that same feeling. He's so focused, and he's so passionate, and he's so talented. So it's gonna be fun to watch it evolve and see where it goes. Yeah, I think definitely like my surfing would go a lot more to like a definitely harder music, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I guess it's a lot with music is what I grew up with. I grew up listening to Neil Young and James Taylor, and that genre is kind of, I guess, just in me. Music it's so important. That's such a big part of it. It's like having a good rhythm and a good flow, and It's really, there's a lot of similarities, you know, there's no rules. No one's telling you how you have to play. No one's telling you how you have to surf, how you have to ride this wave, ride this board, play this guitar, this amp, you know, I mean, there's just so many possibilities.
Daylight's coming and I can't wait. I've been pacing around and counting down for the sun to bail me out.
I always wanted to play and sing and write music, and it was just about 2 years ago is when I was able to find something that worked for me, where I was able to write and play and sing, and then I was comfortable enough to show people. But it was years and years of doing that in the bathroom, and I had my little mini disc player and I'd record a song and then listen to it and be like, gosh, you're terrible, you know, like made me want to quit, you know, but I just kept on doing it, and it kind of just came out of the blue with something clicked, and showed my wife and my brothers. I'm like, hey, what about this song? And it was pretty much one song that they're like, that's, you know, they liked it. I'm like, you like it? And then as soon as they kind of almost gave me the go, I started writing a ton of songs and found my niche of what I was comfortable with singing and showing people. You know, just feeling the energy of the people, and you're playing your songs, you're kind of like opening yourself up and pouring your heart out, and it's like, Timmy's doing it. It's crazy. It's really cool.
I've been thinking of what to say to you, but I haven't found the words yet to you. And this may very well be out of our control.
One of my friends, he was right in the middle of making the Al Merrick documentary, and he heard one of my songs and he's like, I want to use this song for my movie. And I was like, are you kidding me? Like, one of my songs in a movie about Al Merrick, who is one of my sponsors and just a guy I've looked up to all my life. And I went and recorded a song called Horses on the Range, and then at the same time I recorded another song, If I Only Had a Way. And then from there it just kind of kept going. It's I was offered to open up at home for a band called Switchfoot, and this is all like, I'm just so nervous, and it's so new and fresh, and then right after that tour, we found out that we got 6 dates with the Foo Fighters acoustic tour, which is just like, I'm speechless, I don't even know what to say.
Well, I mean, I knew who he was from his surfing, of course, but then his manager is a good friend of mine, and we all went surfing together, and he gave me one of his CDs, so I got turned on to his music that way. And then had that for a little while, and then we went on a surf trip together, and that's where the three of us actually got together and played a gig down in Mexico one night, like kind of a boozy night, which was totally fun. And then he came on tour with us, so it's been like a slow progression, I guess.
You can't really think about where it's going to take you or what kind of ride it's going to be, and just kind of roll with it. Far back as I can remember, my dad was always strumming the guitar and playing bits and pieces of Neil Young songs and James Taylor songs, and my whole family, my dad has 5 brothers and 2 sisters, and my grandpa and grandma, my grandma would always be playing piano and singing, and my grandpa would be singing behind her. So my first show outside my little comfort zone of family and friends was in Byron Bay, and it was during the WCT that I was competing in last year, and it was a fun show, and there was about 100 people there, maybe a little over, and it's just crazy to think that my next time back in Australia that I'm at the Sydney Opera House with a band like Foo Fighters. I don't deserve it.
All these years of wasted space, and I promise you I'll
never been nervous looking at it before, so it's interesting seeing it and being kind of nervous.
These chains that are holding me make it so hard.
I kind of feel alright right now, but I feel I don't know, time's going a little too fast like right now, even though we're a couple hours out. It just feels like it's gonna sound check and it's gonna be playing and it's gonna be over, you know. So I'm glad that we're playing a couple of shows to try to take it all in.
This is crazy. We're inside the Opera House and it's so cool. I think this will be my last show. I'm done. Made it.
I never ever would have imagined all this would be happening, and it seems like it's just like, you know, just like this, all this happened so fast, and for me it's just like if it all ended right now, I'd be like, okay, that was way further than I ever would have dreamed. I never even thought that I'd be singing in front of people. I'm just waiting for somebody to be like, oh, it's just a big joke, we're kidding, you know, it's not happening. And I can't believe it. It's just too good to be true, and I'm speechless. I don't even know what to say.
I don't know why he's playing here, the Sydney Opera House, but he's playing tonight because he's friends with Foo Fighters and he's got a band going, and you know what, the songs are good. You know why his songs are good? Because he's such a student of good music. And he just writes songs like that he would like to hear. It's a pretty easy formula. Ooh, I shouldn't let that one out.
35 minutes till we go on, and yeah. Let's see. Right here. How cool is that?
I can feel the light, oh, I can feel the light.
I'm like so excited that surfing and music definitely go hand in hand, and I want to do them both as long as I can, and regardless if I'm a pro surfer or playing music or shows, like if I'm not doing both, I will surf forever and hopefully play music forever, just because it's like what I love. I think with life, like, you just never give up. I think whatever that you want to do, you know, always keep plugging away, because it may not be this year or next year or 5 years from now or 10 years from now, but at some point, something, if you're doing what you love and you do it all the time, and it just, a door may open that you would have never dreamed would have opened, and as long as you're doing what you love and it's positive, you know, just never stop, because the possibilities are endless.
Telling you the way I am without you, 'cause I'd be lost forever if you slipped away. Blue eyes, you're the reason for my change. Blue eyes, you're the reason for my change.
Keira's an icon. It was the world's best wave. The wave that all others in the whole entire planet Earth are measured by.
Wave is well, it's a legend.
Like, it was this long, ridiculously long right-hand point that was amazing.
It was the best wave in the world, and you played with it.
You know, Keira's a wave that you judge other waves by, and it's always been that way.
Grieving, they feel for the loss of the wave.
Keira is, you know, it's our place of worship. You know, it's a sacred site in surfing, and we want to have it come back, and the Gold Coast City Council could do it like that.
We came up in a ghost town. All the buildings are burned down. Another price to be paid for being free. It's getting harder to see now that the lights are all gone out. Can't pay for the electricity.
only do we lose money in sales, but we'll also lose in just, you know, the community itself loses its camaraderie.
To have seen it then and then see it now, it looks like a foreign place. I mean, it's totally different.
They've lost their hearts.
I feel like we've been raped, basically. You know, basically raped of our perfect waves.
We'd lost, you know, 8 separate breaks for basically one wave.
And I think it all comes down to what development wants. It's not what the people want.
And that's all it's about. See, it's about real estate.
Real estate values are nearly a function of the width of the sand on the beach, and so it's very wide at the moment, so you'd expect very high values.
You've got this beachfront property, you've got to protect it. There's a lot of groups in our community that are very, very organised. The unions do it. But how many surfers are there? 1 million? But they're not organised, and generally, a lot of them don't vote.
I think that recreational surfers stand back too much.
I was just going to say, there's no better time than right now because there's an election coming up.
We really want to be in government in two months' time so that we can make it become a reality.
Kira got up and spoke for itself because it wanted to save itself.
How do we get it back? Well, we get it back by rallying, by getting everyone together, by, you know, explaining to these people that we've lost a part of our history.
I'm sure that the surfing industries would put a lot of effort in to help get the wave back.
There is a huge world surfing community.
Unless they put it upon themselves to support a core group that, you know, take the time to do this sort of thing. If they don't support that core group, well, that core group can't do it.
We really need to get some sort of revolution going so we are heard, so we do have a vote.
Come from thousands of miles away, and you ride these waves and do what you do, and then the thing just like goes ashore and disappears. It just gave you this moment of happiness. It's gone.
Pipe is a dream and a drama. Brave the water ledge and the vertical drop and find peace in the fury. This is where champions have been crowned and hopes dashed. Pipeline is the wave to which all others are compared. Master it or be humbled. Overcome self-doubt rise above the mayhem.
You gotta deal with other people that are just as amped as you to get that wave. They for whatever reason, they wanna get a photo, they wanna practice, they wanna like get over their own fears.
There is a social strata with unwritten rules enforced by the regulars who must find you worthy. Or you are definitely not welcome.
Then there's locals where you cut them off, it's over. Your winter's over. You're going home. I don't care who you are, how tough you are, what type of martial arts you know, you're going home, guaranteed. It's just dangerous.
You're talking about a wave that, you know, hurts people, kills people, and when you get a lot of people out there and a lot of people don't know what's happening, and they're kind of put themselves in the wrong place, and that's when it gets really dangerous for the guys who know what they're doing. The times that I've gotten bad wipeouts were because I had to avoid people, and those people were probably in the wrong place because they didn't know where they needed to be. It's good to have those guys regulating out there and keeping everybody in check, because it's a dangerous wave. It's on so many different levels, whether it's some really amazing swell that's gonna hit, and like that anticipation, like waking up in the morning in the dark and going to your spot, whatever it is.
The experience is a continuum. Before, during, and after the ride. A spectrum. From looking back to looking ahead. Somewhere between, you should have been here an hour ago. And, well, I'll tell you, it'll be epic when the tide drops. Spying zippers peeling off the point, hearing the rolling thunder, embracing the wind, tasting the spray. All the senses stimulated and at work.
Once you get barreled, you just constantly search for a barrel.
The barrel is definitely a thrill. I think the barrel is like getting barreled and doing it and just being in the ocean and just seeing all the power and hearing it and not knowing if you're gonna come out and just, nobody can even see you. If there's a crowd watching, like spectators in a contest or just your friends in general, like everybody's like, oh, he's gonna come out, and you don't know.
Even someone who doesn't surf, if they draw a picture of a wave, they're probably going to draw a wave that's tubing. They're not going to draw a mushy, whitewatery sort of thing.
That's why you surf, to get barreled. When it's on, and then it's really, it's good. It's barreling. You drop everything to do that, to get there and to get barreled.
It's a classic symbol of a wave. It's the tube, and it's where all the excitement is, but it's where all the calmness is. It's everything all at once.
Either looking out or looking in, it's almost equally as fun. Something great about paddling out and seeing an amazing, perfect barreling wave go by you.
tube. No matter what, like you can surf a wave when it stops tubing, but to have not the option of even getting the tube is like a bummer. Sometimes it feels like you get a nice, perfect, you know, not big, not scary, just a nice, easy, perfect barrel. Sometimes you can get a moment where you can really relax and just stand there and enjoy the view.
It's the safest place to be, but it's also the most dangerous place to be. The eye of a hurricane is, you know, there's no wind, there's no clouds, it's just calm and there's peace, but the wall is coming and, you know, it's just a natural cycle. It's a spinning cycle. Everything in the universe is tubes, you know? You look at universes, galaxies, they're all set up in this swirling motion.
I've gotten some really long barrels, and maybe other pro surfers like Kelly and Rob and Joel and those guys, when they've had barrels like you wouldn't believe, and they'll probably say the same thing is, when you're in a barrel, in a tube, whatever you want to call it, it looks like slow motion. It feels really weird, but it's like a time warp.
I guess to many people there's something spiritual about the barrel. Some people have called it everything from the womb to whatever, you know, it's this spiritual, special place for everyone.
Really, ever since the Duke brought surfing to Australia in 1915, I mean, each generation has surfed.
Look at the name, Surfers Paradise. Back in the day when they named that, it was just the perfect place to go surfing.
The whole population lives on the coast. I'm not sure exactly how many surfers, you know, to the population. It's I'd say well over, you know, 30, 40%, even 50%, I wouldn't be surprised.
You go out and you surf by yourself, you do your own thing, you ride a wave the way you want to ride a wave, and no one can tell you how, you know? It's a very free thing, and there's no right or wrong way to do it.
There's no one really going to stop you from going in the ocean. You know, you look out the horizon and it just seems like it's never ending. I think that's why people are so drawn to the ocean, you know, like at night, like at sunsets and stuff. People always come down and they want to watch the sunset into the ocean. It's a beautiful, amazing place, you know? We look at it a little different. It's that too, but we just see the ocean as like, it's a playground.
Conan, what is best in life? Crush your enemies, see them driven before you, to hear the lamentation of your women. That is good.
You ain't never heard this before. Hip-hop so raw, with a dash of funk coat for sure. On a task, at last we got the cars to blast past any expectation you could ask. Lyrical arsonists will be burning the setup. You damn right, we'll be burning the setup. You heard the track once, decided that you like this. MC scattered, wonder how we write this. We get the show rocking like a boat at sea. A tag team sensation, who's in charge of navigation? How we MC on this occasion, showing the nation and generations to come what we became. Shit ain't the same.